Thank you guys so much for watching, supporting, subscribing, liking, commenting, hating, sharing, anything that you come to this podcast for. I appreciate you. And if you want more content, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. $5 a month, literally less than a cup of coffee. For the entire month, you get 4 extra episodes, 1 extra episode a week. That's $1.25 per episode. Come on. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Patreon.com/partywithstrategy. The Strat Pack's in the building. Let's go, champ. Thank you guys so much one more time, and enjoy the episode. Feel free. This is a Patreon episode, so if you want to even get completely naked, you could do that as well.
Yeah. I think we're going to skip that one for today.
I'm just saying, because like when I'm DJing and I'm feeling a little nervous, that's when I take my shirt off, because then you now are, everything's out there. There's nothing to even be nervous about.
That's the trick, huh? Yeah.
If you want to try it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
We'll see how it goes. Oh, God. Here we go. So what is this? What's this kind of podcast that you're talking about? This is a
Patreon episode. Thank you for reminding me to even introduce it. Started off correctly. Patreon episode number 7. That means it's posted on my Patreon, which is basically just like a paywall. It's like an OnlyFans.
Okay.
You know, you got to pay $5 a month, and you can see all the episodes. And there's no restrictions on Patreon.
Okay. So I get a free subscription for a month for joining you today?
Yeah, sure. There's some titties on there too.
Uh-huh. All right.
If you're on there's 3 tiers. There's a $5 a month tier. You get a podcast a week, extra episode. Okay. $15 a month. You get to see some naked women in the nightclub.
Good stuff.
And $25 a month, you get to produce for the podcast. You can ask questions that I have to answer or suggest topics.
Very nice.
All sorts of fun stuff. But yeah, our guest today is Lacey.
Hello.
The one and only. I had somebody bail last minute like I always do, and I posted on my story. I said, who's available to do a podcast? And you replied, and you said that you had some really good stories.
Oh, I got stories for days.
And it intrigued me because you said that you used to buy women of the night for your man.
Yeah.
If you were feeling lazy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really feel like putting in work tonight. I'm just going to hire it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to source it out.
Yeah.
That intrigued me. I like that. I want to know more about that.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone's always curious about this. All the guys are like, have a conversation with my girl. You know, my ex and I like to have fun sexually. And it's something that we had talked about a long time before we got into it. So we would play with other girls and, you know, bring them in if the opportunity was right and it was something we were good with. We set the boundaries for it and knew what the rules were.
What were the rules?
There weren't really a whole lot of rules, but, you know, obviously when you got to be careful of like STDs. So there were certain things that we wouldn't venture into. Like, you know, I wouldn't go down on girls, but I'd let them go down on me, you know, or. Okay.
I connect with you deeply on that thought, actually.
Yeah. So, you know, we've ended up, like, we were in Mexico once and we'd been partying. So I was like, fuck it. Let's go to the strip club. So I walked in and pointed at 2 girls. I'm like, you're coming with me. And, we just had a good time.
I like that. And, you don't feel like that was like a perk of the relationship to you? Because my last relationship, I had a girlfriend that let me have threesomes. We did it twice. Mm-hmm. And in the moment and everything, it was all good and amazing. And I'm like, holy shit, this woman is incredible.
Yeah.
God, thank you for this gift. But then in the end, it kind of came back and bit me in the ass. She was like more jealous, I feel like.
Yeah. I think that really happens if you don't get into it the right way. That's why you have to talk about it. It wasn't something that he had ever asked or requested, but I knew he had a diverse sexual palette, and I didn't want him doing stuff behind my back. So I needed to get to the point where I was like, okay, either I need to walk away thinking that I probably can't trust him if I don't give him some sort of variety or talk about what it would be like if we ever ventured down that road. So I guess one of the rules you'd asked about that was I didn't fuck around with my friends. Like, I like to keep the distance, so then you didn't have to see that person all the time.
Now, give me a good Miami story.
Oh,
Because you said you got a lot of good stories. You basically said when you go to Miami, you stay up for about 72 hours straight. I got to imagine, even though it's going to be hard to remember, I got to imagine some fun things have happened.
Man, I'm trying to think of what would be okay to say on this show.
Well, if it's not okay, that's what we want.
I ended up hopping into a car with
Have you, let's start here.
Okay.
Have you hooked up with any famous people?
No.
Okay.
I'm not really. That
I
actually is like
digress.
a kind of a turn off for me. I kind of go the other direction.
Fame is a turnoff for you.
Yeah.
You don't have a vagina then.
I do, definitely do.
You
I've had
don't
3
have a
children.
vagina.
I don't know. Usually they're just super pretentious and egotistical, and that's a huge turnoff for me.
Okay.
So for me, like it's important for me to have a connection with someone. So I'm not like, I can't do one night stands. It wouldn't work for me. Like, life is too short to have bad sex. I don't feel like I can have good sex unless I have some sort of emotional connection with someone.
You know, I really feel that. As the days go on, I really fucking feel that. Like I even feel that a little bit from last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel that. That is real shit.
I really like to, I talked about how I didn't hook up with people that were in my close inner circle, but even the people that, I did go down that road with, I at least had I had talked to them before. I knew enough about them. And I really like getting to the point where you can actually talk about sex with someone before you actually have sex. So then you get kind of an idea of what they like, and there's a little less pressure on it. It's a little more natural, and it makes for a much more enjoyable experience, in my opinion.
But then don't you feel like sometimes the fun in like having sex with somebody for the first couple times is sort of getting to know what they like, discovering what they like, or maybe showing them one of your moves? Like, we all got moves, you know what I mean? And then like they like that, and they're like, ooh, nobody's ever done that before.
You still get that, even if you've had the conversation. I mean, you never know. You can have a playbook and then still go right wing, or I guess I just pointed left, but go way off the deep end. You never know. I see you have butt plug NFT on there.
You are only the second person to notice that. A lot of people.
Oh, me and my dirty mind. I can't help it. But yeah, I mean, just because you have an idea of what someone likes, they may not even fully know what they like and what they like with you. But definitely, you still have that excitement. And I think for me, especially, it's more enjoyable to feel a little more comfortable so you can not feel so much pressure, I guess.
One thing that I really realized is I get into my own head a lot. I talk about this a lot on the podcast. I get distracted by my own thoughts. I get taken out of the moment, and that is not productive whatsoever for sexual activity. And I have definitely noticed that sex is meant to be had with somebody that you are okay with if they got pregnant.
Yeah.
Because that thought is something that takes me out real quick. If I'm fucking somebody and I'm like, Jesus, like, what if I get her pregnant right now?
Right.
Like, that is a scary thought. That's not something I want to happen. Now I'm completely out of the moment. I'm in my head. My boner goes away. Everything. Like, if you are fine with that potentially happening, even if that's not the goal, she's on birth control, she's your girlfriend, whatever. Supposedly. But if it happened, it would be okay. That would make me so much better at sex. I'd be able to concentrate so much fucking more.
I think a lot of guys struggle with this, and then, girls feel bad, and then they feel bad, and then they have even more pressure to perform, but they can't. I think it's a very common problem, and I don't know.
That's what the Blue Chew's for. We need a goddamn Blue Chew sponsorship on this podcast.
What is that?
It's like Cialis that you could just order.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's so like Blue Chew, Cialis, all those things are so fucking popular because we've all fucked our dicks up from porn and this like being taken out of the moment, being distracted by shitty thoughts, having overwhelming worldly problems that just are always on your mind.
Yeah, I think that's why it helps to get to know someone. It takes a lot of that away, like you mentioned.
Yeah,
'Cause
being
even for girls,
comfortable.
they
Yes.
struggle for the same thing. Like, you know, if you're not there and you're thinking about other things, it is harder to have an orgasm. It's harder to get to that point, or you're more stressed and you're not enjoying it. Then it becomes like a job almost, or
Yes.
a worry. So.
Mm-hmm. And you can't really ride that ride to its fullest potential. You can't unlock like what is truly potentially going to happen until you settle completely into the moment and take that ride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess I haven't thought about being back on the market. Thankfully, my ex had a vasectomy, so I don't have to worry much about that. But great. Now it's
Yeah.
going to be even longer before I go down that road. Definitely don't want any more kids.
Yeah, because condoms. Is it even sex with a condom on?
God, I don't know. Well, I mean, I say that,
what
but
is that?
I mean, obviously, when my ex and I would hook up with people, condoms were an absolute must. And so, you know, especially if we had more than one girl with us, we had a few of them. And
Yeah, because that's like icing on the cake. That's like having your cake and eating it too. Like, sure, put a condom on for that because that's just all fun and games.
Right.
That's just whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like the main dish is right here. That's all sides. Like that makes a lot more sense. But like to try and you can't connect the way that you're trying to connect with somebody.
The same.
You can't do it with a condom.
Yeah, no, it sucks.
It's the same with like DJing. When I take my shirt off, there's a deeper connection with that room of people that I have than with my shirt on. And it's literally, it's a condom. That's what it is.
I'm going to have to try that.
It's a DJ condom.
So all right, next time when I DJ, I'm just going to have to take the shirt off and see how it goes.
If you DJ'd with your tits out, I can promise you that you would have a much deeper connection with that room than somebody who's up there with their shirt on.
Yeah, I'd have all the attention, really get some feedback on how the music's going for them. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Just saying. You could test it out here. We're on the Patreon.
No, I like to keep myself reserved. My ex and I would do those things. Not that I want to continue to talk about him, but we didn't hook up with like other guys. That wasn't a thing. So it was girls only, and I like to be reserved for the person I'm with. I guess I like to be. You think about luxury, and a lot of what drives people to it and want it is the fact that not everyone can have it, and so that's really my kind of stance on, who gets to see me and sleep with me.
Yeah.
Boring,
should we do like a email for all the people that want to email in and try?
Email, yeah.
Should we do like a
Give 'em their best
send your
shot.
resume?
Yeah, we can look it over. I love people. I'll talk to anyone, but it's gonna be definitely. I need to.
See, this is why you need an OnlyFans, because then you can say, I'll talk to anybody, but I only respond on my OnlyFans. That's my favorite post.
My ex has
I don't
offered to
answer
help me.
DMs. I only respond on my OnlyFans. Sign up.
My ex-husband has offered to help me kick off my OnlyFans. I declined respectfully. Not going to go down that path, but yeah, I don't know. OnlyFans would be fun. I could have a lot of fun with that. I would enjoy it, I think.
Yeah, me too. I think about starting an OnlyFans every day.
What would you do on your OnlyFans?
Probably just helicopter videos. Different location every day.
Okay.
I'm in the bathroom of McDonald's on Shepherd.
I've never actually really been on OnlyFans. I think I've seen a couple of pages where there wasn't really anything sexual going on. I thought they had kind of banned that. Have they not? Right.
No, there was that thing like for OnlyFans came out. I guess the banks put the pressure on OnlyFans to like not make it as just a straight porn platform.
Yeah.
So then OnlyFans was like, yeah, we're going to get rid of sexual things on here. And then like it was just uproar and they reversed it like a few days later.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to maybe check out some of the OnlyFans. I have a few friends that have it, so should really check out some of that content.
Have you never subscribed to an OnlyFans?
No. Not that I can think of.
Do you have any questions for somebody that's previously subscribed to many OnlyFans that I could maybe answer for you?
Yeah, what kind of things do they like to see? I read that one of the top paid OnlyFans is a woman in her late 30s, I believe, and she doesn't take all of her clothes off. She's not like super attractive. She's kind of like the Karen next door, but she's one of the highest paid. So
Well,
I think I got a shot.
Here's the thing. Like most things in this world, it's a deceptive concept to have an OnlyFans where you don't post on your feed things that you're completely naked. You're not like fingering your ass with a dildo on your feed. That's not like a post that you would put up there for anybody to just subscribe and see. But most of these girls are making their real money from selling those videos in the DMs.
Yeah.
So somebody comes to the OnlyFans and they subscribe for $15 and they see a couple pictures, maybe a little nip slip in the mirror. Ooh, it's the morning. It's
little tease.
And there's a little nipple
guys love
out.
the tease.
They love the tease, but then they're in the DMs like, listen, I got to see that asshole. And the girl's like, well, the asshole's $500. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I won't have to go back to this corporate life.
Yeah, that's where most of the money's made.
All right.
You don't get what you're looking for from just subscribing. That's that's the tip of the iceberg.
So now I know what I'm going to be researching tonight. Kicking off my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have kids, though, and I worry about... My son already got in a fight with some kid at school.
Because he called you hot.
Yeah, I think he said a little
Did
bit
you
more
tell
than that.
him?
He said he was going to, give it to me.
How old's your son?
He's a freshman in high school, my oldest son.
Oh, so you have 14-year-old boys.
Yeah, he'll be 15 here pretty soon.
Oh, my God.
So he went and met this kid after school on the playground to kick his ass for talking about his mom.
Do you support that?
I
gotta imagine you support that, right?
I have 3 boys, so boys are gonna fight. They need to. It's like built into you, and
It's kind of part of life. Yeah.
He was protecting my honor, and he talked to me about it. I don't condone fighting. I don't, encourage it. But he felt very strongly about it, and he felt very disrespected. And the kid had kind of been bullying him a little bit at school, so he set it up to meet him after school, off of school grounds, some playground. And I respected the fact that he wasn't trying to get in trouble at school.
Nice. I like that. Yeah, boys, you're supposed to fight. And that kid is probably not going to talk shit about anyone's hot mom again, because that's a lesson learned. Like, that's life, right? I mean, if he does it again, he's an idiot.
Yeah. No, I have not heard any more hot mom comments. So my mom was hot too. Like, my mom looked like Barbie.
But a girl with a hot mom is like proud
it's annoying.
of that.
So that that song Stacy's Mom?
Yeah.
That came out when I was in
Stacy's Mom.
junior high. I had to hear people sing that song for like an entire year. Every
Yeah.
time I'd walk down the halls. I hated it, and my mom loved it. She would come in with her little crop top shirts, and she'd always be like super smiley and like her name was Lisa. I hated it. So I can feel for my son. I don't want him to go through that, because
What's up in Wyoming?
Wyoming.
That's where all the MILFs are at, or what?
I mean, there's a lot of hot girls up there.
Do I need to
Best
find
kept
my
secret.
wife in Wyoming? Because I'm looking,
The
and
women up there are different.
Yeah, well, the women down here are very different. And I'm
They
looking, I'm at a point in my life where I'm on the prowl for the one, and it just doesn't feel like the timing's adding up for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not in the right place to be looking for her.
Yeah.